Let's cook spaghetti sauce. Well, this is just an emergency sauce, okay? I just slice some tomatoes, slice some cucumber, and the leftover cheese, and then saute them in olive oil and onions, and I added half cup of water, and then added some a ready-made pesto. Okay, so let's see if it works. There, after maybe 10 minutes or less, well, if you want your cucumber to be softer and your tomatoes, you can simmer it more, but add a little water so it won't dry up, okay? And then let's put it to our pasta. Okay. Yes, and that's the finished product of our pasta. It's delicious. Just add a pinch of salt and pepper. If you want, you can add more uh, olive oil, and that's it. Okay, don't put a lot. You can put in the pasta when the pasta is the sauce is simmering, so the pasta would absorb it more, or whatever you prefer. Okay. So there, you've seen the spaghetti recipe, and I know you like that. You know what? The cucumber in the sauce really made the difference. I really cannot explain it, but it tastes so good, and that it's really different from many spaghetti sauces that I've made and tasted. Okay? So try doing that for you and your visitors or your kids or your family. And I know they'll appreciate it. So if you don't have leftover pesto sauce, it's fine, okay? Just add more spices and herbs, okay? And then the cheese would make a difference. Add more cheese, and don't forget the cucumber. Okay, so remember, those are all leftovers on my fridge, so you can do that. Do a lot of sauces for spaghetti, pasta. Okay, don't just follow all the rules in cooking, because if you follow it, then you might starve. Okay, there, especially that going out is limited. Okay, and you won't discover anything new, anything delicious that's not within your knowledge. Okay, so I hope you'll try the spaghetti because it's so delicious. And now we will be talking about what should I say, the men you love, okay, or the people you love. Okay, so so there, many are questioning why I don't have a boyfriend and I'm alone, and why I don't have, usually because people like me here in the Philippines, gays, trans women, transgender, even them have boys. They have a lot of boys, okay? And so they're questioning me why. So some people would insist that I get I'd have a company even if they're alcoholic. They're alcoholic, at the same time gamblers, at the same time disrespectful, okay? And they have a lot of traits, okay? And some of them even have questionable sexuality. They're not, I guess they're not real men, okay? So to my experience, like dating in Australia, okay, in the internet, even here in the Philippines, I try to date because it's the only way that Well, it's one way of meeting people, and I also meet people in the bar and in other places, okay, or in yes, in many places, okay. So, but my experience in the internet is, well, it's just the same with these kinds of people. I don't know why do they always come to me with these kinds of men. These men, like in the internet dating, this is a warning, especially to those who are very lonely, lonely men and women and gays, whoever you are. In the internet, I experienced that if they are present in one dating site, they will also be present in another dating site. Okay, they're always in many different dating sites or forms of social media, but you cannot find the real name or real identity in Facebook. If they ever have an account and they give it to you, it's very doubtful, because they don't have a lot of pictures about their family, they don't have pictures about themselves and their other activities. I'm not well, it's not normal if you keep on posting your activities every hour, every minute, or every day, or every, but the at least a moderate amount of pictures, so you will know their activities, so you will know who they are, but they don't have it. Okay, and there, so I discovered that these men who are present in every dating sites and everyone are people who use you for sex only, or just who are not really serious for relationships. Okay, even those that I met in the hotels where, or inns, or the motels where I stayed when I made a tour, or the bars where I went, or places where I went when I went touring around Australia, because I went from Sydney to Queensland, from New South Wales to Queensland, okay, to Victoria, to Victoria, okay, and I noticed that these people are not really serious in relationships, and they will just use you for sex, or for whatever. And worst, if you are really miserable, I guess they will use you for financial gains or whatever, okay? So I knew that because I've dated several of them, and when I messaged them, they refused, especially if they don't like what happened the first date, or they were not satisfied maybe, or whatever the reasons are. And some when there were repeat dates, and I tried to ask help for them, because I was also applying for a student visa, and I asked help from them. These guys who have questionable sexuality, these men who are on many dating sites, or these men that I've dated, okay, I couldn't even ask for help from them. I couldn't even ask help from them. They were like, just a very small amount for my tuition fee, and it's not even for fun or vices, it's for something that would make my life better, maybe, okay, because nobody knows the future, but that's for a betterment of a person, I guess, because it's for my education. I'm just borrowing it, but of course I would return it, because it's a very small amount of money, and I was appalled that nobody from these guys have it, and yet some of them are so arrogant, like they have the money and they have the means and everything. If you quarrel, they would even say that they're so rich, but they don't even have a very small amount like $2,000. So it's really shocking, okay? So there. So be careful with these men you love, okay? So it really appalls me that these people would really want me to date these kinds of men, whatever they are, even if they have questionable sexuality, like they're bisexuals, or it's either they're gay and pretending to be men, because of course I have a vagina, and of course who would go to bed with a woman like trans woman except like straight or bisexual maybe, but I'm sorry to say, but I haven't even experienced any of them like being nice, like acting like a good friend, like here in the Philippines. Now let's talk about here in the Philippines. I've never experienced from them being a good friend, like asking you to go out as a friend, okay? As a friend, okay? Asking you to go out because our culture is different. So let's say as a friend, I've never felt like I was their friend because they never asked me to go and eat and never treated me to eat or drink or whatever. For some, they have treated me drinks or food or whatever, but they have a hidden agenda and you just know it, and it's money in return or whatever. So wait. Yes, and there, I never experienced friendship from there. And as I have said over and over from my videos, and maybe your ears are already bleeding because of those repetitions, I have yet to see one of them who is real, okay? And I don't know if some of them are really beginning to see who they really are, but I guess some are showing some signs of a change in treatment or showing some kind of friendship, and I hope they could sustain that and they could make it really into friendship, or they're genuine about it, okay? So because in my observation, these people are not really, few of them are genuine, okay? So be very careful. So if you're a lonely person, whatever sex you have or gender you have, be careful in the internet dating, because they might use you, especially if they pretend to be the very poor person, or if they cry, or if they talk about they need something so financially right away, okay? Or you don't get anything in return, it's always you, okay? So be careful about it, okay? And I guess you don't engage with people who insist that you get into a relationship, or engage with men who are irresponsible, alcoholic, gamblers, immature, and devious and evil, and so on and so on. Drug addicts maybe. And yes, drug addicts, they even want me to engage with drug addicts, okay? And it's really, really crazy. You know what? Sometimes when I blow up, I really become like one of them who's bitter. I really become angry because of those repetitive scenarios that they are doing. They're manipulative too, and you could really almost kill. That's why I really feel how those people, innocent people who have killed people, who have killed devious people because of their anger. And it is what you will feel, because It is not only once, twice, thrice. They do it every minute, every 5 minutes, or every hour, because there are so many. Okay, some would just even stand here and like pose, like to see if you like them, their physique. Especially now we are all wearing masks, so they hate me looking at them from the face to the body. They don't like that. Some would even say, "Oh, just look at the penis. As long as they've got penis, then just like them." Just imagine those kinds of people saying that to you. Okay? And yes, they even pretend to say that they believe in God, but when their actions and the way they talk, you know that they don't believe. I guess me, as a person who doesn't have a religion or doesn't have a belief like them, have more fear than them. Okay? But I guess not all atheists like me are as bad and as evil as they are. And there again, there's another guy. And yes, there are women like them also who thinks that everybody likes them. There are women that even trans women like me would assume that I would like them. Okay? Because it's they have these men would use these women like them, who are also irresponsible, who are also immature, have personality problems, of maturity problems. They would ask them, they would make these women think that, go to the trans women and make her like us, who is confused about, make her confused about her sexuality, and make her like you. They want me to like at least one girl, but they can't, because I know how it feels. You know, when your heart palpitates when you see a person you like, and I know that my blood pressure and my pulse rate and my heart rate would go up when I see a guy I like and I don't even like. Women, I don't want to be involved with women romantically, okay? Or even lesbians, okay? So that's it, and they cannot understand that concept, even the religious people who are confused with themselves. So there, don't believe in every mouth, even if they use God or whoever or religion. Don't believe, even if they use poverty, even if they say they're so hard up, even if they say that very difficult. Please assess them well, because it's so difficult. These people have fooled a lot in history, okay? So there, I hope you will try the spaghetti and you've learned from cooking, and you've learned from something practical in dealing with life, okay? So especially, I've watched a very sad girl from United Kingdom that has been fooled by a poor man from an Asian country, and it makes me sad, because these people who are who are kind and nice and who can feel are just easily fooled by these people, because they would pretend and they would even cry that they are so hard up and everything, okay? So watch out people, and some children would come across this. You can apply this even if you're in teens, okay? Or you can apply this to the adults, okay? So see you guys on my next video, and the next video I will show you is about I guess it's our national dish here in the Philippines. It's adobo, so watch out for that. It's a very delicious version of adobo, Reina's version, okay? So there, have a good day, and don't let these devious, evil, immature, sick people get into your head. You know, whatever they do to me, they're not getting to my... I don't mind. I don't care. Okay? Just get out of my life. That's what I do. Really. Okay? So that's why they hate me so much, because they cannot get my attention, they cannot make me miserable, and you know, and research what kind of people and what kind of personality disorder who wants to have the attention of another person, who does who tries to get attention every now and then, and and who's angry if they don't get attention. And that's it, before it goes too long, because the video is too long. Okay, just have fun. And of course, as usual, uh, there I forgot something again. And yes, the woman who was used by this poor guy, the woman from UK who was used by this poor guy from Asia, went bankrupt. Okay, she lost all her life savings. And yes, I guess, yes, she lost all her life savings because of that guy, because of helping the guy that she thought cared for her and loved her. Okay, so please don't get, this applies to men and women, please don't get your loneliness defeat your sanity and your rational thinking. Okay, because love will grow and come as time goes by, and don't rush it. Okay, so don't keep on giving and giving and giving if they cannot even give to you in return. Okay, even if you went to their house and lived in their house and met their family, because that's what happened to this UK girl. Okay, and her retirement savings just went away. Oh, poor woman, right? So there, don't destroy your future because of a guy that you don't know yet well. You better stay with them, know them well, okay? And even for years before giving a lot. It's better, it's safer if you keep something for yourself. Okay? So there, I guess that's goodbye. Bye! I hope that's final. and of course, as usual, there I forgot something again. And yes, the woman who was used by this poor guy, the woman from UK who was used by this poor guy from Asia, went bankrupt. Okay, she lost all her life savings. And yes, I guess, yes, she lost all her life savings because of that guy, because of helping the guy that she thought cared for her and loved her. Okay, so please don't get, this applies to men and women, please don't get your loneliness defeat your sanity and your rational thinking. Okay, because love will grow and come as time goes by, and don't rush it. Okay, so don't keep on giving and giving and giving if they cannot even give to you in return. Okay, even if you went to their house and lived in their house and met their family, because that's what happened to this UK girl. Okay, and her retirement savings just went away. Oh, poor woman, right? So there, don't destroy your future because of a guy that you don't know yet well. You better stay with them, know them well, okay? And even for years before giving a lot. It's better, it's safer if you keep something for yourself. Okay? So there, I guess that's goodbye. Bye! I hope that's final.